about campaign financing, and because we are so stretched for time, I was going to ask everybody to give their opinion. So since we don't have a lot of time, I'm going to pick on the incumbents because your campaign finance are a matter of record, and with the Secretary of State's office, and anybody can go out there, you can see you know, they have to file statements for primaries and general elections. Representative Rhoden, I'll start with you. What do you think of PAC campaign contributions for candidates versus grassroots contributions?
I'm specifically, I don't know what you're.
Okay, I'll be specific. You received over $10,000 from PACs, political action committees, mostly telecommunications and utilities. In 2006, the last general election, and then last primary, your campaign declared over $5,000 in contributions. So I know I've heard you both say many times you're not too crazy about lobbyists. You talked about the SDEA. You don't like the SDA, but evidently you do like utilities and telecommunications.
So your question is?
My question is that if you're against lobbyists and don't like lobbyists, why do you have to take so much money from them?
When did I say that I was against lobbyists?
Well, you talked earlier about being, you know, that you're talking about lobbyists and peer, and you didn't like. Well, I guess my question is it okay? Most people have negative ideas of political action committees, and evidently you feel it is proper for a candidate to accept, you know, essentially this year, probably $15,000 or more from.
I will tell you, the numbers were news to me because I hadn't even looked at. I don't believe I did get 10,000 from PACs last election. I'd be very surprised.
You can look. It's your figures. It's your.
Well, I'm sure, sir, that that's intertwined with private donations. But to get to the heart of it,
no, it's not. No, it's not. There's a. Anybody can go look at it.
Okay.
There's a box on there for political action campaign committees. There's a list of probably a dozen PACs that.
Let me just answer rather than stand here and argue with you.
I'm not arguing. I'm just. If you want to see that, that's your figures. So
sure.
That's fine.
Well, the PACs, the political action committees that we receive money from, telecommunications, we get PAC money from. Name some of the PACs. They're all. Most of them are state organizations, and yes, I don't typically even look at the checks. When the checks come in, Sandy registers them, and we put them in our account. And as long as they're from not from an organization, and the guy should pay attention, because if you are getting PAC monies from an organization that you don't support or haven't supported, or is in some cases trying to ambush you, but for the most part, most of these PACs are in-state organizations, and if they send me a check and it's a legitimate outfit that works in Pierre, I will cash your check. But I am not beholden to them because of that check. And I've made it infinitely clear numerous times that nobody should expect anything because of a contribution, and nobody has.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the thing you have to understand is you're not buying a politician by sending them money. I mean, there's a lot of these PACs that will send the check to everybody. A lot of them that are pretty politically active will send some to both sides, just to have their presence known. And a lot of them, I'll give you for instance, I'm very involved with the South Dakota Rural Electric Association. We have a PAC, and basically we have this is money that's garnered from private people all over the state, members of rural electric co-ops, and we send it to people who will probably vote in favor of those issues. There's a lot of PACs that will not send us money because they just don't support us. It doesn't mean that we owe them any favors. They certainly don't get any favors. There's several, like the telecommunications, are very generous because we have telephone co-ops out of this end of the state, and there really hasn't been any legislation that just isn't common sense that's good for all of us. We certainly don't vote against what people in District 29 would feel because we've been given money. When we get to Pier, I don't know who gives me money, I don't really pay much attention. The lobbyists are certainly a part of the infrastructure at Pier. They hold a great education role. I mean, they're the guys that are there year in, year out. So, yeah, I believe in taking in PAC money. It's part of the process. I think probably everybody here has been sent some.
No.
Can I ask
We're going,
Campaign finance reform from 2 years ago that was responsible for you being able to retrieve that kind of information over the internet, because I support the transparency and I believe totally in open and clean government so that you have access to that information.
okay, thank
It's
you.
also a federal law, though.